Hey, good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot Die Repeat, where a bunch of us schmucks sit around, laugh at each other, roll dice, and do some collaborative storytelling that we like to call our version of Dungeons & Dragons. We appreciate you being here with us, sharing in these stories, and as a thank you for that, we have some giveaways that you can see up here to my right. Are you adjusting that down? I'm short today. I'll try to sit up here. Which are not rotating because I forgot, because I'll fix it. Anywho, as a way of saying thank you, we are going to be giving away some dice, and you get your choice of either a yellow set of dice or a set that I will randomly pull out of a bag and put out there shortly. And if we get 10 new subscriptions, then we'll give away a second set of dice. Alternatively, if you are not a dice goblin and could care less about dice, then you will have an opportunity to instead choose a $5 gift card to DM's Guild. And we have known that folks love to get those resources from DM's Guild. Lots of really cool stuff there, so it just gives you an opportunity to pick what you want then with that gift card. And I believe we are 60 new subs away from giving away the purple water dragon. So we will perhaps, if we're lucky, give that away tonight as well. You can, of course, affect the game through the cheering of bits. And if you type into the chat right now, exclamation point, rewards, then you will see all the opportunities for how you can affect the game. Yes, P-Farce 18, not a significant number at all. All right.
You guys and your cryptic codes.
Thank you, by the way, P-Farce. That sounds stronger, right? As opposed to the lie of P-Farce, right? No. Thank you for the
casualty of us renaming.
Thank you for the subs all these months. Really appreciate you. And Salato. So affect the game, cheer some bits, give people advantages. They're gonna need it tonight, as we have some fun little opportunities for them to show their quality.
Uh-oh.
We don't have any.
So we'll see how that goes. You can also give them temporary hit points and spell slots and all kinds of fun stuff like that. But before we jump into all that, give a little recap so we're all up to date. We did take the week off last week, and we sorely missed this wonderful community that you are, as well as this fun game that we play. And if you would like to join us on Discord, we're over there chatting, memeing, showing pictures of food, those sorts of fun things. People who are some very talented artists throw up some pictures of paint, their minis and things like that. Sculpts, 3D art, really cool stuff. Would certainly welcome you to that community. And you can see the link for the Discord in the chat as we put that up there as well. All right, so what's going on? Well, the rats, those who rage against the storm, as they have come to call themselves, have finally arrived at the oasis of Mukphat the Blind. And after meeting the monks who tend to the oasis at the top of the shining turquoise emerald caldera that the oasis is, this kind of almost volcanic mound, they traversed down the central depression, down, hours of travel on switchback stairs etched into the side of the smooth stone-walled caldera. And along the way, they came across several murals depicting the story and the tales, the accomplishments of Mukphat. The water genasi depicted as a strong adversary to the Sultan, defeating many of the Sultan's allies, as well as monsters aplenty of all sorts and varieties. In many of the murals, Mukphat himself was slain. However, the progression always showed him returning with a flash of light and a renewed vigor and power to continue the battle and ultimately triumph over whichever foe he was facing. Ultimately, there was a depiction of the Sultan sending a human with a unique weapon, a gleaming sword, against Mukphat. And after a massive battle of titanic proportions, Mukphat was slain, his head removed from his body, and there was no further mural of a revivification. Instead, Mukphat was lain in state in a sarcophagus, his head and his body not, oddly, having any sort of decay set in, but resting, eyes closed, his own large brass sword, scimitar-like, laid across his chest with his hands over it, with the unique gem that he utilized to draw much of his power from in the hilt. As the party continued on, one of them, Hugo, noticed still older, more ancient murals, very near the bottom of the caldera, near the tomb of Mukphat. These murals depicted what looked to be a sort of creation mythology for the city of Brass itself, and beings of immense size and power doing battle in what can only be described as the astral planes or the cosmos. He didn't really have too much time to discuss and decompress his thoughts before they arrived at the base of the caldera. Exhaustion setting in on Celine as they traveled through the day and ultimately into the night to get down to the base. And at the base of this long switchbacked journey, the stairway that they were following split into two pathways, and they came down, half of them down one side on the west and half of them down one side on the east, and collected in a small-ish room, about 15 feet wide and about 70 feet long. And it was of normal sandstone make, not the type of stone that fills the rest of this caldera. The stone seems to have been either placed here or somehow manifested, separate and apart from the natural stone created by the caldera. The room is well lit, and of immediate notice is a large golden gate at the north of the room, with stairs beyond. The gate itself itself is not solid. It's more like a kind of a metal pattern of what look to be aquatic kind of symbols and features. Fish and corals and shells and kind of seaweed kind of floating, stylized, all in gold. In front of the gate, a water genasi attendant sits in front in the same sort of monkish garb as those above. His eyes are closed, his head is lowered, sitting in a lotus position in a meditative state. Beyond the gate, there is stairs, about 5 feet that lead up, and beyond the stairs, you can see 4 altars, which are placed with bowls atop them. The bowls themselves made of gold.
What is that?
We got
You
a
got
skull.
on a tray of death?
You got to show that off
Yeah.
when we go there.
That's amazing.
Did Dom print this?
He did.
We'll show that off in a
You
moment.
should
Yeah.
have that for us.
Can he make another and we can raffle it off?
That'd be sick.
I can ask.
Do some felt with the LDR logo on the bottom.
Yeah, it's a little
That
map.
we didn't want.
Oh,
Well,
wait.
now you got to show it off.
we
Go
are.
ahead and just
Okay.
show everyone.
Cacophony's husband, who plays on the TCA game, 3D printed
Yes.
this dice tower thing. It's really cool. It's a
That's
skull.
so cool. But now we can blame him every time we roll a
I know.
That's right. So you see these 4 altars, with golden bowls atop each.
Oh.
There is
Golden
more
acorns?
of the same sort of design in the gate is faded, yet present in the mural on the wall behind. Think hieroglyphic type glyphs that have stood the test of time, but certainly do not have the vibrance that you can imagine they once did. But most interesting to all of you, of course, is the very narrow slit, perhaps 6 inches, with bars that go across, that opens out to what is revealed about 30 feet below, best you can guesstimate, to be a mezzanine type area. Your field of vision does not really allow you to see really beyond to the east or to the west. But the mezzanine itself is alit with at least 4 magical, what you presume are magical lights. There's no sign of life, so how they're tended to you know not, nor would you see how anyone would get down there. But across the mezzanine, a very narrow bridge, there is another, what looks to be almost can only be described as a island in the midst of lapping water. The first water that you have seen within the cinder wastes, this confluence of plains. And at the center of that small island, although, I mean, small relatively, it's probably about, from what you can tell, at least 50 feet wide, is a large sarcophagus. A sarcophagus large enough to house a genie. And in fact, one that looks exactly as the mural depicts, with a window that gives view to your eyes of a head that kind of cuts off at the chin, and a body with hands laid over a sword.
It's Walt Disney.
Most interestingly of all is the slight bluish, purplish gleam of a gem in the hilt of that sword. And Celine, as you press up against the window, coming within proximity, hands on either side of the window, you notice for the first time the ring on your right hand glowing a soft, cold white, thrumming with expectant power.
Do I hear a New Jersey hairdresser? Or a tortured female Gru?
You do not.
Okay.
What do you all do?
Oh, that's interesting. Hugo?
Well, yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
your rings there's a little bright.
Shh! Keep it a secret. So that ring, I remember the person who wore it before me. They used it, and it would recognize other motes. So it's a mote that recognizes other motes. So that's probably a mote.
Well, that's what we came here really looking for, isn't it?
Well,
If it's the one of Shadow.
I say it might be a good indication anyway. At least maybe we're on the right track.
Do I feel like I get the sense that I could try to detect the kind of moat that it's picking up on?
That
Through
was
what I've
gonna be
already
my
attuned
question.
to?
You've not spent too much time with the ring. You could certainly try.
Why do you think I was exhausted walking down here? I've been staring at it for 3 hours.
Does it change colors?
Ow! Yeah, is it a
it's
mood ring?
glowing a soft white right now.
Okay. Was it always glowing a soft white?
At what point did it start?
You just noticed it when you placed your hand up on
You
the
are
window.
the worst.
Did I
I'm tired.
recognize, because I remember when
Come on, darling.
Milsine was testing it with the necklace,
You rolled so
that if it changed colors with that one and the other
Celine.
boat that we had.
Mhm.
So is this a different color that I've noticed?
Roll a history check.
Guidance.
Half my dice.
That kid got one in episode 3.
Hmm?
Free throat hugs.
14.
Oh yeah.
I think one rolled in my direction, but I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm. My shot on here is
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
this.
Well, he's wearing a Darth Vader shirt that says free throat hugs. And I was referencing, if you're watching Kenobi, audience,
No, you're spoiling every started!
you're not missing anything. Vader kills a kid.
No, how would I have known that?
It's in
He's
the
never
first
done
movies?
anything like that ever!
Yeah. And let
How-
me tell
out of
you,
character.
it was awesome.
All I heard is little Leia has a chase scene that makes no sense.
Oh, it's the worst.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to get into my review.
14. You can't quite. You do remember different colors. You don't remember what the colors meant or corresponded to.
Okay.
Well, it's clearly reacting to something. The question is, are we going to risk pissing off the genasi that's guarding this place, and then fight our way all the way back up many of those stairs, which is quite tiring, and then through all the people up there, many in their little mini city and tourist shops, and then go trekking across the desert with it?
Well, after that description, screw it. Let's just get the hell out of here.
But, I mean, maybe there's an elevator or something.
And like an employee elevator.
Yeah, like a dumbwaiter, you know.
We're the
like-
catering company!
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be a back entrance out in the...
or maybe we just have to try to be as stealthy and quiet as possible and get as far ahead as we can before they notice.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to make it down there, though? I can't fit through this gap. Do you see me? I'm really tall. Do you see this
Skinny.
gap?
All right.
Super skinny.
We're in the area where those 2 sets of steps are, right?
So you are all.
Yep.
I'll put you in here. Celine is
Okay.
next to the window.
Oh, look at that! I love our name tags.
Now, when I look up at the spot where the bars are horizontal, is there a ceiling at the top of those bars, or is this like a metal set of ladders, rungs, that I can climb up as a small character?
The above you is a solid stone ceiling.
Okay.
Yep.
And there's a gate that I can look up.
The gate
through,
is here. Yep.
and there are stairs
the
going up
attendant
on the
is-
other side.
The attendant is sitting right there
Right.
with his head down in meditation.
On the other side of the gate?
Nope, he's on the same side as you.
Oh, I
Just
didn't know that. I thought he was.
Sock him in the
slow.
face.
He has not acknowledged you yet. You have not acknowledged him. On the other side of the gate, you see a set of stairs,
All right.
and the 4 pedestals. You see the same ceiling above you here is also above there.
You trying for a Rizzo the Rat type thing from Muppet's Christmas Carol?
Yes.
Sneak through and grab your jelly beans?
Yep. I will walk up to the monk.
The monk is sitting there in a kind of lotus-style position, head down.
Can't see your hands in the screen, but
Head. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold everything up here.
You've gotten shorter.
Yes, I have. I don't know how, but
Oh, I lowered it.
oh
The chair.
no, it's all the way up. I think.
This is
Yeah.
one DM being
I think.
petty at another.
I think it's the camera that just got moved. It's okay.
I lowered that.
And the
Little junior
Your
DM.
floating head.
Halfling in the
and
you want like cheese.
and
Fireball.
the
You must talk like Nain for the rest of this episode.
the attendant
Oh,
looks
no.
up.
Oh, Nain! What is he doing?
Dying.
Head raises toward you, though his eyes remain closed. You see deep wrinkles in his skin, evidencing many years of age. His movement is slow and methodical as he raises a hand to welcome you. The hand is kind of upturned, palm up, and he says, "Welcome to the tomb of Mukphat. I am Tafkam." His hand turns over, and every one of you is frozen in place.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
word. No counterspell?
Taff cam?
yeah, Mukphat backwards.
His eyes stay closed, and he just seems to look over all of you. And he's silent for several moments. This is a most sacred place. He stops. And his head regards you, as you were the first Vex to approach him. His hand closes towards you. And in your mind, you hear the following. Why has the Illuminated come to this place, bearing with him loose bonds
I need a pencil.
and no presence?
The Illuminated?
Did you say new spawns?
Loose bonds and no presence.
Loose bonds and no presence with a C or a T. I like presence.
I will not be revealing
Okay.
the spelling of that word.
It's presence with a silent Q.
Sure. I just reprint this.
The Illuminated one.
In my head, I reply, if I feel like I can. reply. How do I reply?
No. Presence. But we don't know. Presence. But
If you're referring to me, my name is Vexel. And if you need a gift, I can certainly try to find one on myself for you.
Most interesting. Vexel, why are you here?
Well, I am here because I'm following these people mostly, but also I was in the altar upstairs, and I spoke with Yormonger and what was his name? Something like the bringer of darkness or death and destruction.
The Destroyer? The Great Destroyer?
That sounds right.
Something
Okay.
like that.
Devastator.
Devastate. Something.
Wasn't the Wimpy Destroyer? That's
Spoke
some
to
shit.
the Devourer.
The Devourer! Yes! Yes! Well, no, I didn't attempt to speak with the Devourer, but I presume that the Devourer spoke with me.
And which of those two do you relate to more? Vexel?
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh, good question.
Steve.
I've never really spoken with either. But I presume that Yormonger would be that which I would, more live closely to. Although, if time is relative, then mayhaps I have related to both.
But the former you have related to more recently, is that correct?
I think so.
Then it makes sense why the Illuminated has you as his current vessel.
Oh, and can you illuminate me on what you're talking about? Slash.
Reverse card.
I
Who?
cannot. His hand moves and turns,
He cannot.
and you feel yourself frozen with your thoughts to yourself as his head turns and stops on Ray. Hand goes out and motions, and Ray. By the way, to you guys, that whole exchange looked something like this. Right to Ray, like one
Dude,
fluid,
he's doing like the
like
wave
one
right
fluid
now.
mode. There was no
Cool.
time delay. It was so to
Fine.
him it just looks like he's doing this right now.
Cool.
It's all happening kind of instantaneously. In your mind, Ray, he says, "Why has the daughter of Anam come to this place, bearing with her the bond of light and the power of water and dimension?"
Well, do you want the long story, the really long story, the extra long story, or the short story? Or the medium story? Or there's a story in between the short story and the medium story?
This medium.
You are not the daughter I expected.
In a good way or a bad way?
His eyes remain closed.
It's because I'm not purple, isn't it?
Like you supply your own racism.
It's not racism.
It's classism.
Classism. You're right.
Blessing.
Colorism.
Why have you come to this place?
Well, mostly I'm looking for a way back to Toril. And then we need to stop the storm, and I have to defeat the dragon cult, and I have to help the bodies get back to not being lost in limbo, and I have to bring Ollie back his key. I have to find that key or the coin, and yeah, so it's mostly to stop the storm though. Going on over the Anarok Desert. I want to go back home. Can't fail in my mission, you see.
He doesn't see, his eyes are closed.
Resolute motivation. Interesting. I can see how you've been bonded to light through that. The hands move again, and they go to cacophony.
Oh boy.
P-farce is on, yes?
Oh no! When you stop to clarify that, I get worried.
Thanks.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, it'll go well.
What's the worst that our chats could ever do to our characters?
Cacophony. The hand seems to gesture towards you, and everything seems to slow. As in your mind you hear, "Why has the collector of memory come to this place?"
Oh my dear God.
Right?
What are you?
Bearing with her the bond of death.
Oh, good. That's great.
Well, I'm here to help stop the storm and hopefully get out of here at some point.
I shouldn't be writing this down.
No, you should. We
is
need
that-
to hypothesize on this.
I'm doing this for
Is that all
Eberron.
you are aware of?
Well, and honestly, there's nowhere else really I'm supposed to be right now, it seems, or anywhere else I could possibly be.
It seems that you lack the lens through which you need to make sense of what you collect.
The collector of memories. Bond of death. Who are you?
You guys
That's what
are
the
you guys are
Raven Queen does.
crazy.
She's fine. Fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's what
See a
the
doctor.
Raven Queen.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know about the memory part.
Some hypothesize that she collects memories from the dead.
Wait, did he ask you something?
No,
Oh,
Jake
okay.
This
did.
is out of game.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
alright.
talking to Jake.
Jake did.
Is there anything more you wish to say?
How do we get through the gate?
Okay.
Google Maps, direct paths, no tolls. Let's go.
Gotta love cacophony.
Straightforward.
4-wheel
Don't
drive
like
and
this
go.
chit chat. Don't do this chit chat.
She just learned how to talk and she doesn't like it.
yeah. I gotta collect your memories. How do I get through that gate?
As pragmatic as death itself, I can respect that. I understand why now. Hands move and shift to Hugo. Why has another son of Bella come to this place? Yet he does not bear the sword.
Oh.
Well, that's kind of, well, it's because it's been misplaced, and that's why I'm on this journey to try to find where Bella's sword is.
Is that the only reason why you are here?
Well, and initially it was a selfish reason, because all I cared about was finding that sword. However, I could also say with most certainty that this group has been brought together for something much larger than myself. And I would say that the only other thing I might be here is to help this group that has come together.
more selfless than the usual seed of that woman.
Well, it's probably because I've been away from family for quite some time now.
Nature versus nurture, then, as they say. His hands move and turn over as they go to Hashin.
What does this mean?
Why has the emissary of Mengobar come to this place, bearing with him the bond of winter?
Well, Sadiq, it's a good question. I was told not to come here.
And yet, here you are.
Well, you know, I like a little bit of fun.
Is that what you call sadism?
Sometimes.
We shall see. He quickly moves to Celine. In your mind, why has the chosen of brokenness come to this place, bearing with her the bond of suffering and the power of sight?
I was charged to protect her, I'm gesturing in my mind. And wherever she goes, I'm going to do my damnedest to keep her alive. I have a very horrible feeling that many worlds depend on the success of her quest. Why are you here?
The chain still speaks to you, then.
I didn't actually hear that. Did you say the chain still speaks
The
to you?
chained.
Oh, okay. Took many years, but after I found this group, I had contact again. That was my sign.
It must have been at great cost to him. It seems the move is being made, then. His eyes open, and you all see what would be cataracts covering his eyes, except there is a vibrant, glowing purple that shines through the cloudy kind of...
Like the sword guy in Thor.
Sure. Something along those lines. And as he looks at you, his hands kind of both make fists as this kind of kata that he was going through, talking with each of you, comes to an end. And you feel your bodies kind of relax. And you, as he has them relaxed, in one fluid motion, his cross-legged stance just kind of, he rises to his feet, puts his hands to his sides, and he kind of flicks his monk garb, and dust just kind of falls off, as if he hasn't stood in you don't know how long. Measure your words carefully in this place.
Measure words. Do you have a tape measure?
The gate opens behind him. He steps back. If you would achieve that which you have come to accomplish, an achievement that is questionable, whether it is the strand that is in fact plucked. You must accomplish tests of the elements to open the way to Mukphat. The exercise of skill and wisdom begets reward. Once a test is passed, if done so sufficiently, I will answer one pertinent question to the passer of the test to assist you in moving forward. He gestures to the walls, and there are 4 doors on either side.
Okay.
You see
I think towards.
there are 4. First, there are 4 windows. 1,
Guess we'll find out.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Through the windows on either side are 4 more doors.
Okay.
The windows show through to what looks to be a seal on each door. First 2 doors, closest to the south. Let me make sure I get my order right here.
I don't like that sound.
I don't like that sound.
Is that of
What we got over there?
on the
Drop.
on the right hand side? It looks
What
like a lava being poured into a cast.
Ooh.
On the second side, it looks like someone walking through fire. So both of those doors are fire doors. Next, you have an hourglass with sand being kind of blown around in it. On the right-hand side, on the left-hand side... I'm sorry. Nope. That's wrong. That's in the third door, set of doors.
On the underhand side.
Wait, so for a lava door, walk across it.
On the right-hand side, you see a... what looks to be a flower. Dandelion. Slightly bent, as if in a light breeze.
I like that one.
Opposite that, you see a hurricane
That's what I want.
like maelstrom.
Hurricane water? Like rain?
Like maelstrom, massive
Wind.
storm.
That would have been a
Wind.
typhoon.
Oh, that's true.
The third set of doors, on the right-hand side, you see the hourglass with the sand. And opposite that, you see what looks to be a solid wall that has a massive ball of iron kind of being shattered against it.
Hmm.
And the fourth set,
Like a still frame?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Like it's not in motion. It's like
Yeah,
frozen
it's-
there,
yes.
broken, but frozen in
Correct.
time.
So like somebody
Yes.
paused Miley Cyrus' Wrecking Ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Is she in there?
On top of
Ray will
Yeah.
let us
yeah.
Yes.
with,
We have to.
with the very strategically placed handholds and yeah.
She's going there.
The fourth set of doors is on both sides the same. Still water. And you all kind of see Tofcom walk to the top and sit in between the 2 center pedestals or altars, and he goes silent and kind of gestures to you as he sits lotus style again, as if to make your deliberations.
Okay. Can we just like Misty step in there or something?
Into each one?
No,
Yeah,
into the
we
main one.
Oh.
Have to pick one room.
Yeah, you're probably
I
right.
think we have to pick one room. So the first two were something with lava.
I'll take something
Fire.
with sand because I'm from the desert.
All right. So is the
That hourglass looks sandy.
is the
I'll do
lava
that.
pouring down, and the ball breaking the wall, and the hurricane all on the same side?
I see. I see where you're going with that.
Are they all on the same side?
Destruction and non-destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Except the water.
Well, yeah, correct. The water's locked away. It has to be.
Yes, those are all on the same side.
Okay.
They're all on the west side.
I don't want to do anything.
That one's
with it.
wrong.
Yeah.
I'll point to the water one that's calm at the end of that row.
Oh, should I take
Don't
that?
you think?
Should I take that one?
Should be a whirlpool leading to
Death.
the
and
bottom of the
or
ocean
to
or
the
something.
devourer or something like that.
What if there's like a dangerous riptide in that one?
Ooh, yeah.
Because what is
It's
the
a
sea
silent
like that?
killer.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or maybe it's like on one it's like 2 inches deep, and on the other it's like fathomless.
Okay, so in order to get through, we have to like
The
do
cave
stuff.
needs more to be dangerous.
Sure.
Which
What
one?
do we do?
Hey,
Now there's stairs right in front of us, right?
Yeah, the gate is open.
Top Cat.
Will you let me walk past?
You can attempt to enter the room.
Oh boy.
Past the gate?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm coming in.
He said we have to pass a test.
You enter the room.
Maybe the test
Oh
was.
no.
Okay.
You are inside the room.
I'm in the room.
There are 2 doors now on either side
I thought there were
One-
4 windows.
and 4 windows.
Oh, okay.
One of the windows is on the top of a door,
Okay.
and that door opens to the eastern set of tests. The door to your east, of course, and the door to the west, and the door to your east opens to the other category of tests. As you noted, some of the more perhaps destructive.
That's the side I go to.
You go to the more.
I think we need to go to the. Well, I'm going this way.
You go
I
which
think-
side?
Lava pouring, the ball breaking the wall, and the
Okay.
There are
hurricane-
6
hurricane.
doors and 6 of us. I think mathematically we all have to take one.
Machine,
Thought
are
there
you
were 8
entering into the
doors.
room?
Oh, and
There are 8 doors.
I'm going to the
Yes.
calm
I'll
water
go
one.
behind him.
Wait, there are 8 doors though.
There are 8
I'm gonna
doors.
go in as well.
I want the water one on that side.
I'm going
Okay.
in.
Do you enter through that door?
Oh, is there another door?
There's 2 doors. So
I know, but
Do you enter through the first set of the first door?
the destruction side.
Okay. As Vex steps through the door, he disappears.
Oh.
You all can leave the room. Vex,
Oh.
it's you and me right now in role playing.
Oh.
We can leave?
Yes.
This has never happened! Hi, viewers!
go upstairs?
Yeah,
What?
go upstairs.
I wanted teamwork.
Alright.
I'm proud of
I might be dead when you
Are we
return.
supposed to- Are we supposed to watch upstairs?
Yeah, you can watch.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you can watch.
Woo! See you on this other side, viewers!
I don't want to do this.
like this. Wait, everybody give him a high five. You guys, Steve, this is what happens when you ask questions.
I got my hands are sweating now.
Give him the gummies. Give him the gummies for fortification.
Luckily, I have ulterior motives.
Oh, no.
All right, Vex. You walk to the calm blue door.
Yes.
It does not open.
Okay.
You turn around. The door behind you is closed. You try to look up through the windows. You do so. You see Tofcom there, sitting, his head turned toward you. Slight smile creasing the side of his mouth. Eyes are now closed again. The other 3 doors stand before you.
Okay. Is there any writing on the back side of the wall?
Nothing.
Just these 4 doors.
Just the doors.
Okay. Well, then I will check the next door.
So do you go 1 down? You say next door, which
Oh shit.
we got fire, air, earth.
Uh-huh.
That was the order. So
well, the next one to the water, so earth, right?
earth.
Yep.
As you step through in your mind, you hear test of firmness has been called. The door opens, so you step through.
The test of firmness has been called.
Yes,
I hear that in my head.
you do.
Can I close the door? What happens if I? What happens if I close the door?
It's opened. This is what you stepped to.
All right. Okay. If the water, I'm gonna try the water one again before I walk into the stone door.
Try to open it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
All right, I'll go in there.
All right. You step through.
College of power. Both! Farce, both! Every time.
Vex, you find yourself standing against the wall of a dome-shaped room made entirely of stone. Floor is stone. The entire domed ceiling is stone. It's only because of your small goblinoid form that you don't need to hunch as you stand against this wall, as it comes directly down to the floor.
Okay.
The room is about 25 feet in radius towards the center.
Okay.
With sheer walls that form the ceiling/dome. No seeming area for a foothold.
Okay.
It is illuminated with a incandescent kind of green glow, as if there's just some cave-like light being given off. There seem to be large concentric circles on the floor. Please roll either a perception or investigation check for me.
Mm. 23. Yes.
As best you can reckon, the circles seem to be about 5 feet apart, leading to the center of the room, where there seems to be a slightly depressed landing before a very small base of a pedestal at the very center of the room. What do you do?
So there's circles on the ground.
Yep.
Is it leading only to the center? Are there circles everywhere?
All leading towards the center.
Are there symbols on any of these?
No symbols. Just circles.
Is there a path that doesn't involve the circles?
The circles go around the entire room. They're just concentrically smaller, every 5 feet.
If I whistle, does it echo?
It does. But dully. Not as if it's in a cavernous space, just because of the curvature, there's a bit of an acoustic to it.
Mm-hmm. And I step forward into the first row of circles, I suppose.
Okay. As soon as you do, walls and open up from where the lines were of the circle in front of you and the circle that you stepped over.
Okay.
The walls begin to rotate in opposite directions from each other.
Okay.
And then they stop. And then you hear what looks to be a tearing or rending of stone against each other as they begin to turn back in the direction from which they came, as if resetting. As they do so, they begin to press in towards you.
And so there's only 2 paths to go.
There are 2 paths to go. There's to the right or to the left. The walls go to the ceiling.
Well, which way do they rotate around me? If it's in front of me, did it rotate to the left the first time or the right? I don't know if it matters, but...
To the left.
Okay. I go to the left.
Okay. You start moving to the left. You go your full speed, and as you go, you come up against a solid plinth that is just methodically moving towards you.
And that is blocking my path?
It is. It goes
So I can't get
floor to
further
ceiling.
into the center?
Correct.
Okay. Then... when I look behind me, is there also a wall there?
Do you travel back the other way?
Well, first I try to push on the wall that's coming towards me
Okay.
to stop it.
As you push, you can roll an athletics check.
$19.
You resist the wall, and it seems to abate momentarily, but you have nothing to really brace yourself against, and so it ultimately overcomes your strength, and you find yourself pressed against your strength back towards the direction from which you came.
What test is this? What did he say?
Test of firmness.
Firmness. I'm gonna go back to where I started. And I'm gonna push against the wall that was in front of me.
Okay? When you get back to this place that you started, you now see the other wall,
Okay.
which has made its way.
Smushing me in.
And they are now approaching. You have about 15 feet at this point on either side as they are approaching at a steady pace.
I'm gonna fail this test. Okay, gotcha. I hear you.
You begin to push on the wall in front of you. Please roll an athletics check.
Okay. 17.
17. You push, and you don't feel it move against your strength at all. You stop, breathing, look to either side, about 10 feet now on either side.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
About 5 feet on either side.
I'm gonna hold firm.
How do you do so?
I'm going to get in a not a 3-point stance, but like a linebacker stance, ready to hold firm.
Okay. The walls press in. You get one hand on either side.
Mm-hmm.
And are you resisting the walls, or are you just... What are you doing? You're holding firm. You're trying to press back. What do you intend?
I'm going like this.
Yep.
And I'm not pushing out. I'm staying right here to stop them.
Okay. The walls approach you. Please roll a athletics check.
All right, I gotta use this. 16.
The walls press, and you resist. Yet you do not push back against. you seek to maintain, they seem to continue to press against you, yet you're able to resist. And then the ceiling drops.
Oh, good.
What do you do? As
Um,
a slab of rock begins to approach.
Mm-hmm.
Not a dead fall, it's a controlled
Mm-hmm.
descent.
Mm-hmm. I will... I think that I could... This little tiny body, I'm used to a bigger body. I think that I could... With the pressure coming in at me, I think I could sort of flip upside down and use my feet. Perhaps with my back against the floor to hold
Okay?
the wall up.
Roll another athletics check.
$18.
You're able to kind of adjust yourself and get your feet up just in time. There's about a 2-foot gap between your back against the floor and where your legs begin to squat the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Please roll a strength saving throw.
Come on, baby. 21.
21. That is sufficient to take 25 points of bludgeoning damage as you catch the ceiling and you feel it about to simply devastate you. But in maintaining the pressure on the walls, you are able to have enough control over yourself to not press back, but simply to remain standing firm as you described it. And you hear the shift of the wall in front of you as the path forward seems to open. With the of your feet, you push the ceiling up just enough as you roll forward into the next ring.
Okay.
As you get into the next ring, the ceiling is no longer there. It has been shattered.
All right.
Rocks fall
Oh.
towards you. What do you do?
I am going to... cast Shield of Faith on myself
Okay.
as a bonus action. And that will give me my abjuration points. And is it falling all over this space or just in my area?
It seems from higher up than the ceiling originally looked,
Mm-hmm.
there is just a massive shower of stone falling your way over the entire area that remains.
All
The
right.
entire 40-foot kind of circle that remains that you are now in, having
Okay.
already gone in 5 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and there also being that first kind of ring having been passed,
Mm-hmm.
now being a 20-foot radius left, so the 40-foot diameter of the room left.
Mm-hmm.
Rocks kind of plummeting towards you.
How high up are they right now?
Impossible to say. It's higher than the, kind of 20-foot ceiling that it originally, the domed ceiling looked like. Maybe 50 feet up.
Okay.
But they're at varying distances as they just seem to be... You have an instant to respond.
I stare them down.
You just look up at them.
That's right.
As you do,
With a menacing face, firmly wishing they would not fall on my head.
you tumble through. You immediately notice the rocks. You cast your shield of faith.
Yep.
You look up and do not move.
That's right.
The rocks fall. Everywhere but where you are standing. Had you taken a step in any direction, you would have been crushed.
Okay.
The floor seems to eat the stone. And as you look at the floor and then look back up, the ceiling has reappeared into the dome.
Okay.
The final 2 rings remain.
I give it a moment. I look around. And then I step forward again. Stopping on the next one because I know something's going to happen.
As you pass the ring, the walls behind you seem to shrink to meet you. Now with a 20-foot radius to the room.
To the
Sorry.
what?
I'm sorry, a 10-foot radius to the room.
Okay. So now the room is 20 foot away. Okay.
Yep.
Has the rest changed or just behind me?
The whole,
Okay,
everything's
gotcha.
kind of moved in.
Okay.
As you pass through, you hear the sound of slow at first. As the opposite side begins to pour sand through.
Oh, good. It's filling up at my feet.
Not yet.
Okay.
But it is approaching as it spills through this opening that appeared in the opposite wall.
Okay. How quickly? If I were to step forward 5 feet, would it already be touching my feet?
Yes, it's filling rather quickly.
I will get a good little wider than shoulder width base under my feet, with my knees bent a little. I'm gonna hold my hands down with my palms open like this. Just in case I get buried in sand, I can try to get myself out. But I'm gonna stand there.
You stand there, and after about 5 seconds, the sand has covered your toes.
Okay.
And another 10 seconds, the sand...
Now hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna stand there stupidly.
has covered your knees.
Uh-huh.
Another 10
I want to step on top of the sand.
Another
I'm not
10
going
seconds. It is now up to your waist. You get the sense that because of your goblinoid height, it's covering you more quickly than it otherwise would if you were taller.
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds in, it's up to your chin. The sound of sand is the last thing you hear as your vision is taken.
I don't have to breathe, so I'm still in here. I can solve this. I promise.
That's right, you don't have to breathe.
No, I don't. Hopefully they're not watching.
You do not need to make a constitution save.
Thank you.
You wait,
I do.
and you wait. And after about
I hate this test.
3 minutes, there is another sound. As this, you feel a sucking motion almost as the sand lurches forward,
Sweet.
and the depression in the floor seems to have opened up as all of the sand spills forth Not having had to breathe, you get through the test without having moved. Well, you don't know what would have happened otherwise. And
Okay.
the floor remains opened, and at the center, maybe a 2-foot round pedestal that is in line with the floor upon which you stand, seems to just be hovering in midair over the void that ate the sand.
What is it?
Where the sand all
No,
kind of...
what's hovering?
Just the same floor that you're standing on, just like a
Oh, gotcha.
a little circular what
Gotcha.
would be the center of the room.
Okay. And that is 5 feet or 10 feet in front of
That's 5. That's the
next
final. The
me.
final.
So I gotta jump over a nothingness onto this platform?
Correct. Unless you have other means to get there.
So it's 5 foot away?
5 feet away.
I think I can make it. I'll head over.
Right. Just for fun, please roll me an athletics check.
18.
You land 3-point stance. As you do, the room shrinks once more, and you look down, and there is nothing but darkness, and the ceiling now overhead. And as you look, you now hear the sound of rushing again. It's not rushing, it's shaking. As the entire room and the walls about you just begin to shake terribly. Yet the piece that you are on does not shake. The walls shake and shake until they crack open at many different intervals, and a green liquid begins pouring out,
Ew.
spraying every direction around you, pooling and growing. One of the gouts goes directly towards you. You can make a dexterity saving throw if you wish.
Was that a question? Maybe I don't wish to save.
This is an choice you have to make.
Oh. Does this mean I'm trying to dodge this?
Yes.
I don't want to dodge it.
Okay. The acid hits you,
Great.
and you take 10 points of acid damage.
Okay.
You remain still. The room begins filling with acid. It's about a foot from your level. Continues to rise. What do you do?
Is there an up and down button on this platform? I presume I'm still in this 3-point stance I landed in, because that's how I want to be.
Is that how you want to be?
My right knee down, my left knee up, and my right
Okay,
fist
then
on the
that's
ground.
exactly how you are.
And that is how I will remain.
Okay.
Just slightly shaking off the acid burning my eyeballs.
The acid continues to rise, and it begins to quickly eat through your skin and your clothing. Please roll a Constitution save for me. As it continues to rise, now covering your ankles.
15.
15. As you are in your 3-point stance, it's now come up to your forearms. Now, coming up your chest, you take 50 points of acid damage
Okay.
as the fumes fill your nostrils and you go unconscious as your face disappears into the acid.
My face melted off. Got it.
The next thing you're aware of is your eyes opening, staring up at this domed ceiling. What do you do?
The room is reformed like it was originally?
Do you look around?
Oh. I don't know if I do. Hold on. Is the acid all gone when I open my eyes? And
You
was
are
I,
no longer being burned by acid.
I was laying on the floor now?
Yep.
Well, I open my eyes and I see the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I try to get back in my 3-point stance.
As you kind of do a bit of a kip up type of, you kind of land, and as you do so, hovering above you is a 1/2 of a glowing green stone
Ooh.
engraved with the same rune that was on the door.
Ooh.
And you hear Tafkam's voice. Well done. Yes. Vexel. Superbly done. I therefore offer you a choice.
Ooh, choices. They're cheering upstairs.
You may have all of your hit points back, your health, your vigor. Or I will let you tap into mine and give you the boon of Fiendish Vigor.
What? I can have my health points back, or you can give me a boon?
What is Fiendish Vigor?
I offer this to those I find worthy.
Well, I'm worthy.
Mechanically speaking, you are getting the Eldritch Adept type of, I think that's what it's called, feat,
Oh.
and the invocation Fiendish Vigor.
Oh. Oh, okay. Alright.
Which I believe allows you to cast False Life on yourself,
Yeah.
which gives you extra life,
Temporary hit points.
temporary hit points.
Are you giving it to me, or is a fiend giving it to me? Or are you a fiend?
I'm giving it to you. You hear a voice only. You see no person.
And you don't require any kind of commitment?
You are already committed to the fates.
Well, in that case, I'll take it.
Done. You hear a snap, and you find yourself nowhere.
Oh, shit.
Steve, you may go upstairs.
Peace!
Please tell Hashin to come down because he was the next to follow you into the room. Actually, no. Actually, all of them can come down and tell me what... You stay up there, but all of them can come down.
Good work, Matt. Thanks for not killing me.
I hope you all are enjoying this. This is a little bit different than we normally do.
Jake is on a phone call.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. I'm sweating.
So
For him. That's intense, Matt. Can I hit B through my cutscene?
So you all watch as Vex goes through the door and then disappears. The stoic monk looks over. You see a slight smile crest his face, and he looks back at you all. One test down. Who is next?
Test down. Where's our friend?
You get no response.
Did he pass?
Yeah, did he pass? Did he sign? That sounded good. I'm a little worried.
There's a moment that goes by. He has sufficiently passed for you all to ask me one question that I will answer.
Right here, right now.
Right here, right now. That was your question.
That was not! I hate you!
Who is next?
That's fair. You're the worst. I hate you so much. That was clearly a clarifying question. Hearsay! Objection!
Well, am I on the right path to find my sword?
You get no response.
All right, Celine, don't do that again.
Thanks.
So,
Just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly.
who wants to go next?
She did not ask him that. She asked us.
Yeah, you can talk.
Oh, can we?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 through 5U, 5 through 10U, 10 through 15, and then 15 through 20?
Are we rolling?
Go for it.
Yeah, let's
Right.
Oh.
I don't know what I am. I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying not to talk right now.
15. 5, 10, 15.
Good luck, balls.
You Molly! Don't ask anything.
Ray, you feel a compulsion within you.
Yeah, we're leaving.
You can still talk about which test you think is the best for someone to take. Just saying you could do that. Or you could just let Ray, you could just go pick a door.
We already talked.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
good.
made use of our time.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I
So
love
Ray,
Molly.
you feel
You got
compelled.
this.
You steel yourself.
Right here, right now.
I'll protect you, Vex. Ray's gonna walk through the door, and her eyes are gonna be drawn to the Maelstrom, the second door on the left.
Okay, the Maelstrom.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this one kind of feels like home. A little bit scarier, but I can be brave. Okay.
You step through the door, and your friends all fade from your awareness.
Okay. Okay. I can do this. I can do this.
Step up to the door with the swirling maelstrom. Do you touch it?
Yes.
The door opens, and in your mind you hear a voice that says, "The test of chaos has been chosen."
Okay. I can talk kind of chaotically. Okay.
You step through, and
More like order, though. You do like-
there is no floor to catch your footfall as you immediately find yourself tumbling and falling and soaring through the midst of a massive storm. The whirling tempest storms around you, whipping past debris, filling your ears with crashing thunder and roaring winds, your nostrils overwhelmed by the pungent smell of ozone from the sizzling lightning all about you, yet somehow missing you at the moment. You feel at home. What do you do?
Yip yip!
As you activate your boots, you begin controlling yourself through the storm.
She's specifically like riding on as the vortexes of winds. She's like taking it like a roller coaster.
Okay, and so you are taking the wind and letting it propel you forward, and this goes on for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Roll a perception check as you start looking around at this massive, chaotic tempest in which you find yourself.
5.
The size of it is overwhelming. And the lack of any sort of directionality is disorienting. Which way is up? Which way is down? There's no ground from which you came from. This is now beginning to feel different. A minute has gone by. What are you doing?
Ray would like to make a survival check, knowing, being part of the storm, just trying to be able to reorient herself and have a more true sense of direction of up and down, north and south, trying to get like, because she's also been flying for a while as well, so trying to get like, okay, this air current is taking me this way, this one's taking me that way. Is it rising? Is it lowering? Trying to get a sense of the storm, being a storm giant.
Right, go ahead and roll a survival check.
17.
17. You don't get a sense of direction, really. Instead, you get the sense that you are in a massive tornado-like vortex that reminds you of what you've been told the elemental plane of air is like in certain locations. Just one giant swirling storm.
Do I find an eye of the storm?
Roll a perception check. As another minute has gone by.
10.
You zip to and fro through the storm. Please roll an acrobatics check. I'm sorry, a dexterity saving throw as a bolt of lightning sizzles past you.
17.
And you are able to barely avoid it as you take, well, a quarter of the damage because you are also resistant to lightning, as you take 20, 10, 5 points of lightning damage. But you still don't see anything as another minute has gone by. This is now 3 minutes that have gone by. As you continue to look, no eye of the storm that you can see.
Ray is going to hold out, grab onto the tier, and then attempt to... Is it like rain that's coming down, you said, correct?
Debris. Not... You don't feel any water.
But I'm by a cloud?
It's
just
just
air.
a swirling vortex. It's like it's almost more dirt than water.
More dirt than water. Okay. Can I attempt to fly up to get above where the
Sure.
vortex is?
Well, you fly to what you think is up, and you begin going straight in that direction.
What is the purpose of this?
As you roll another dexterity save to try to avoid another stroke of lightning that flashes through.
9.
9. This one hits you square on. As you
Not cool!
take it, and you take 10 points of lightning damage. That's already halved. And you may roll another perception check as you get to a height. 5 minutes have now gone by.
13.
13.
Man, this sucks.
You still don't see anything.
Ray's gonna try to... Do I see any, like... Are there... The bolts of lightnings, are they, like, different colors? Am I able to see where the storm is, like, coming from?
The lightning looks
Like lightning?
yellowish, bluish, white, almost purple in one section that catches your eye.
So is it different sections? Like white's coming from one section, blue's coming from one section?
Yes, although those sections seem to almost be moving about with the storm itself.
Ray is going to head to the purple section and try to follow it.
So you're trying to go towards the purple section.
Towards the purple section, and then since you said it was moving, she's
Yep.
going to try to follow that purple
you kind
section.
of focus on that and move towards it. Please roll another dexterity saving throw as another bolt of lightning zips past. 12. Again, hits you square on, taking 10 more points of lightning damage. You approach the section that has this purple lightning, and you can roll another perception check.
I'm going to use an advantage on this one. Come on!
How many advantages do you have
This
left?
is my last one.
Okay.
I think that will do. 21. Finally!
In the midst of this section with the purple lightning, you see what looks to be some sort of firmament drifting below that in the midst of the maelstrom.
Firmament?
Ground.
Oh, I'll go to the ground.
Okay. Please roll either an acrobatics or athletics check as you try to pilot yourself through the storm. You have about a minute left on your flying boots. The DC has been lowered because you are flying and not free falling through this chaos.
Nice. 24.
That is sufficient to make your way towards the firmament where you land.
Ha! I still got it!
And you recognize a pockmarked landscape with the remnants of a battlefield all about you. There seems to be felled combatants all around, or their remains, at least. This is an ancient battlefield. There's no fresh corpses. At the end of this battlefield, you think you see something. Roll a perception check. 18. That is sufficient to determine that it is a pedestal with a slight yellow glow at the top. It is about 100 feet away across the battlefield.
Alright, I'll start running towards it.
As soon as you take a step, lightning flashes down. Roll a dexterity save.
23.
23. You take 5 points of lightning damage. Do you continue on?
Where I stepped, was that a pockmark? Like a divot in the ground?
No. It was
Just random?
random, though there are pockmarks all about.
Was there anything like at the ground that I saw the lightning come?
There were some broken and shattered bones, but it was a relatively flat first spot where you stepped.
So I'm gonna pick up some bones, like a good armful through,
Okay?
and then I'm gonna throw the bone in front, and then soon as it lands, it lands and then I take a step right there. And then it lands and then I take a step. You know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah, please roll a survival check. 17. You reach down and you pick up almost a full skeleton of someone.
Thank you for your service!
And you kind of crush it. And you throw it forth. And as the bones hit, nothing really happens. Except for the piece that still retained a metallic shoulder pauldron. That hits, and there is an immediate right on the spot where the shoulder pauldron touches the ground. What do you do?
I'm gonna take the tiara off of my forehead, and then I'm gonna put it, like, I'll just tuck it in my backpack.
Okay.
I'm sure I probably have more metal on me, but...
Okay.
And then I'll continue forward. I'll start running for it.
Okay, so you start running for it.
Yep.
All right.
I'm ready for these deck saves!
Please roll a deck save.
24.
24. You pass. You take 5 points of lightning damage as the first bolt of lightning hits very close to you, but you avoid most of it.
I have too much metal on me!
You bound forward, your hammer thrumming with power, almost calling the lightning to it.
Oh! Ray's gonna take it out, and in one hand is gonna be her hammer, and the other hand the thunder fist.
Okay.
And when the lightning hits, she's gonna try to get the hammer, like, under the lightning. Like, so she wants to try to, like, get it and see if anything happens. See if it powers up or something.
Okay. All right.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
They're
so,
both lightning.
so first roll a dexterity saving throw as the next bolt of lightning strikes.
23.
23. Take 5 points of lightning damage, and in the midst of that, you try to channel this into your broken ancestral hammer, and please roll just a straight dexterity check
Straight dex.
as you're trying to, in a flash, put the hammer into...
I was hoping it'd be like a clinic or something. 17?
17. You plunge it in the direction that the lightning seemed to strike, but you were also trying to dodge it at the same time. And you don't seem to make connection. As you continue bounding forward,
I'm just really interested in what this is gonna do.
you are about 20 feet in. You have about 80 feet to go. You continue forward.
Yeah.
Dexterity save.
19.
19. You take 5 points of lightning damage.
I still want to try the hammer thing
Okay.
until
so,
it hits.
all right. So, go ahead and roll a dex save. I'm sorry, just straight dex.
That one's like 10.
Yep. Keep going. Dex save.
15.
15. 10 points of lightning damage as this one strikes you.
Okay.
And go ahead and roll a dex.
16.
16. Because this lightning struck you directly this time, you have an easier time moving it. So you were working against yourself, right? You were trying to dodge it and like put it in. This time when it finally hits you, you're just like, fine, take it. It strikes the hammer. Please roll. Actually, no. You take 10 more points of lightning damage as you channel it into yourself.
Sure. I see how you're playing this.
And it does glow with some residual lightning.
Ray immediately strikes the ground.
You strike
What
the
does
ground.
this do? All my force. Yep.
The lightning is dissipated. There's a massive thunderous as debris of bone and armor and shield is just scattered under the force. It feels a lot like the thunder wave, except with the force of lightning.
Woo!
And the
I like
hammer,
this.
the hammer no longer glows with the lightning.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. I have a minute left of yip. You said?
The minute has passed. You have.
Well, I landed.
Yep.
But you said I had a minute when I landed.
So you've been running. So.
Right, but I have a minute of flying left.
I'll say you got about 30 seconds.
All right, I'll 30 seconds of fly.
Okay, so you go fly forward.
Yeah.
I need 4 more deck saves from you.
Oh man, really?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, those are gonna be the same. 2 11s.
Okay, that's 20 points of lightning damage.
It was a crit out of the box. And a crit in the box.
5 points of lightning damage.
So 20, and then it'll be another 10. The
Okay.
next one was a 5. on the
Okay,
dice.
so 35 points of lightning damage total as you reach the end of the battlefield.
Ray immediately, as soon as she reaches the end, she's gonna, because I'm sure her hair's static electricity right now.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna immediately like flatten it down, make sure it's perfect again.
Yep.
I feel juiced. This is better than coffee. Woo! I like lightning.
There's standing before you on the pedestal, you see the half of a white stone with a yellow rune.
Do I recognize the rune?
It looks like the same rune that was on the door.
Do I recognize the stone?
You do not. It's just a smooth white stone.
All right, I'll pick it up.
You pick it up. You hear a voice in your mind. That was a bit unorthodox.
That's all you got? Come on, give me more!
Oh, there will be more for you. Do you wish to face it at full strength, or with a gift instead?
What's the gift?
A boon from...
Is that another tattoo?
You can be restored to full strength if you wish.
What's the tattoo? It has to be worth it. But you see, my dad doesn't know, and if I come home with a tattoo, I don't know how happy he'll be with it. But what is it?
This is known as the Invocation of Chaos.
What's that do?
Mechanically speaking, you receive the Minion of Chaos. You can summon an air elemental
How many times?
once per day. If you lose concentration on it, it will attack you.
What would be my spell save for it? Like, what would be my... Because I don't do... So what would I have to...
Intelligence.
Be intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh, my intelligence is only 14. Can we take the gift but give it to someone else?
No. This is your test. The gift is for you alone.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't have done this. Air elemental. Oh, help. Once a day. I feel like I'm just gonna keep losing concentration on it. I'll take full strength.
Done. You find yourself nowhere. But you have the stone. Molly, you may join Steve upstairs and send the rest of the group down.
Sounds good.
If they don't intend on doing any role-playing, you can just send the next player.
I'm coming down.
It's just you, Jake?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get this out of the way so we can have your first failure.
Hashin, as Ray and Vex disappear beyond the western door, you hear, after a moment's time, the voice of Tafcom ring out once more. That is another success.
2 for 2, right?
Is that your question?
No.
You
It was
have
a
another.
statement.
You have another question that can be asked. I see most of you are silent. Do you wish to ask it?
No.
All right. Well, then we can bank it. It seems you have the determination to move to the next test. Then
Yes. I want to do the hourglass one.
Okay. The hourglass one.
Yeah. I feel like that's it's a total me thing. Like, I've been looking at all of these and I'm like, that one's me.
He does not respond to you anymore.
Okay.
He motions towards the eastern wall, and you step through the door. And you go up to the earth door, which has the hourglass. You step in.
Yep.
All awareness of your friends disappear. As you seem to find yourself inside of a solid, hollow stone. In front of you stands a tall wall. Canyon-like in the appearance based off of the layers of reddish and tan colored stone that go up as far as your eyes can see. Roll a perception check.
21.
21. Behind you, about 10 feet back, you notice a ledge.
So I'm in the middle of the room when I stepped in.
Yes.
Okay.
You turn and the ledge, you look down, another long cliff face. You can barely see to the top, and to the side, as you look, is solid stone to the left and right, as if you're in, like, almost an elevator shaft. That's, like...
Yeah. I got, like, a big step.
Yes, exactly. Like a big step. As you look up, and then you look down, you get the sense that there is a top upwards, and there is a floor downwards. But it would require you to make your way there. What do you do?
Well, seeing as I'm a ranger and I'm adept at climbing,
Okay.
I want to look first up for what could be any footholds.
The
Handholds.
wall does seem climbable.
Okay. I have pittons. I have rope. I am going to climb this thing and, you know, maybe every 15 feet, kind of put a new pitton in case I fall. I'll get caught.
Okay.
So to speak.
Okay, you do so. When you start climbing,
Yep.
no check needed because you're using your pittons.
Okay.
Except once you get about 40 feet up, your rope runs out.
Should have thought of that. It's only 50 feet. F it. I'm gonna free climb this bitch.
Okay. You detach yourself from the rope, and now I need you to make an athletics check.
All right, let's do it. I have 2 advantages, by the way.
Okay.
So you know.
Thank you, Chad. I'm only looking at my notes, so
21.
I don't see what you guys are doing there. I apologize.
21.
21. You make it up about, from where you got yourself, about halfway.
All right. So like another 80 feet.
Yeah. Ish. I need another athletics check.
Wait. Okay. I was just seeing if I had something cool.
Yeah.
20. Unnatural.
You make it another 40 feet. You can see the top. And your body feels surprisingly good for this length of climb.
Yeah.
You
I've
got
been working on my grip strength on those trees.
one more length.
Here we go! Big push! 15.
15.
Yeah.
You get about 10 feet. Ooh, and now that lactic acid starts kicking in.
How far am I from the top?
30 feet. What?
Okay.
Hmm?
Let's climb some more.
All right, the DC has gone up
Okay.
since you've won failure.
Gotcha. Gonna use an advantage.
So this is your final advantage?
I have 2. I haven't used one yet.
Oh, I thought you just said you used one.
No.
Oh, you were just
I'm
saying
just letting you know.
that you had 2
I have
advantages.
2.
So you are using one now.
Correct.
Okay.
12. Do I move up 5 more feet?
You try to muster the strength, and instead the rock that you're on gives way.
Misty step up to the edge.
As you begin to fall backwards in free fall, there's just enough distance as you fall backwards a bit to get within the 30 foot
Mhm.
to be able to Misty Step. I need a dexterity saving throw to catch yourself on the ledge at the top.
21.
You latch on and kind of pull yourself up.
Okay. If you tell me it goes up again. This is the new ledge.
Ah.
What was this a test of? You didn't tell me.
Oh, I didn't.
No.
Sorry.
Would
In
this
your
have
mind-
changed
in-
any of
in
my...
in your mind, you hear as you entered, the test of time has been chosen.
Okay. All right.
As you get to the bottom, your eyes adjust to what now looks to be a greenish stone with a brownish light. At the very top of what look to be hundreds of stacked, flat stones, one on top of the other, on top of the other, as if an altar.
Like a cairn? A giant cairn?
Yeah, like, yes, stacked.
Okay.
In front of that stack is a bowl. Very large bowl, like 3 feet in diameter. Filled with gemstones, pieces of metal, weapons, armor, and coins. What do you do?
Okay, so let me get this straight. Stack stone with a brownish, greenish bauble on top, right?
You see the glow and a rock, yes.
On top, 100 feet up or something.
Yep.
And then in front of that is a 3 foot
Not
wide...
quite, it's not, maybe...
Very tall, though.
Yeah.
On top, and in front of that is a 3 foot large basin or bowl with all types of important things in it.
Yes.
I would approach the bowl.
Okay, you approach the bowl.
I would like to perceive, is there a common theme of what's in the bowl?
Roll an investigation check.
Not good at this. 8.
8. They're all hard?
I would take out 58 gold,
58 gold.
so I have an even 200,
Okay.
and I would put 58 gold in.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
The pedestal lowers to the ground.
Okay.
And you may proceed however you will.
I would now like, do I clearly see this bauble?
You do.
I want to, what's it look, more than color, is it glowing? Does it feel magical? I want to look at it.
It is glowing.
It's glowing.
Yep.
I would like to investigate, is there any texture to it that, or like runes on it, or around it, anything like that?
Okay.
Is that investigation?
Yes.
I'm just looking at other things I might be able to do. All right, investigation. 15.
15. It looks like a smooth stone. There are no other runes but the central glowing rune, which you now see as the same hourglass symbol as was on the door. It looks like the stone is, on one side, cut straight as if it's the half of another stone.
And there's nothing else around me now. This thing came all the way down to the ground.
Yep.
I guess I would take it.
Okay. You go to take it. I need you to roll a d20.
19.
Please roll a d10.
Double zero will be 10, I guess.
Okay.
4.
4. You touch it, and you feel a wave of energy pulse through your body. Ugh. It does not move. As you pull your hand back, your body is tightened and stiff, and there is a thrum from the bowl behind you.
The bowl, okay.
Yep.
What's happening? I would turn around.
Okay, you turn around and the... Please roll a...
Suck.
Please roll a perception check.
25.
25. There's a new gem in the bowl. It's purple, which is why it stands out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't see any purple gems before.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the number that you rolled
25.
on the D10?
4.
4, that's what I thought. There's a number 4 etched in the purple gem, which glistens and thrums with a very faint glow of its own now.
Does it look like the same purple as my ring?
You look at your ring very quickly. It does, but your ring looks unaffected.
You're hinting at me to grab it, so...
I'm not.
Yeah, you are. I'm going
mean,
to take it.
You go to grab it, it does not move. You feel another pulse of power. Please roll a d20. 5,
Yeah.
right? Please roll another d20.
D20. Okay. 11.
Okay.
55 points of damage.
No. Then, as you pull your hand back, the number on the gem went from 4 to 15.
Okay.
As you... Please roll a perception check. Or insight, whichever you prefer.
24.
4. You feel your hand, and you notice that the hair on your arms is a bit grayer.
Yeah. Right. So it's time. The passage of time. You're stealing time from me. Where do I have to go? The thing's all the way on the ground. This green brown balls.
Right there. Yep.
And this thing now took 15 years of life from me. Got it. Okay. Anything else around?
Just the large bowl with whatever was offered to it.
I throw another gold in.
Okay.
What happens to the number?
Stays the same.
Okay. I got nothing. I don't know. grab it again. Just kill me.
As you reach out to grab the purple gem once more, you hear a familiar voice echo through your mind. Do you want to ask your question?
What do I do here?
Time is precious, is it not?
Yeah, sure.
How valuable is your time?
I mean, I'm an elf. I have a lot of it.
59 gold worth, apparently, that you're willing to part with.
I mean, I don't have much more.
He says nothing else in response.
Right. Okay. So you can have all my gold. Which is 199.
199?
That's what I have left.
Okay. So you put in all of your gold.
Yep. I got nothing left, bud. Alright. You want my fine clothes? That's fine. Habibi, can you see me? Don't look. Or do. Takes off his fine linen shirt.
Okay.
Folds it, throws it in.
It combusts into fire because
Yeah, it's not hard.
not from the earth.
Yeah, got it. Alright, what else do I have? Got some daggers. Throw that in there.
Throw those in.
Got some leather. That's interesting because the leather came from a land mammal, an animal. Throw some leather in. Ah, so you're inconsistent! I understand! You just want to kill me.
How many daggers did you put in?
I have 3.
3?
I
Okay.
put in all 3 daggers.
Okay, that's worth 60 gold.
Okay.
So you're up to 318 gold in value, I believe.
258 plus 60. Yeah.
Yep. 318 in value.
Yep.
Care to put anything else in?
Apparently, well, I used all my pittance. I have a water skin. I have a crowbar. That's metal. Throw it in.
Throw that in.
Yep.
319 in value.
And the hammer! Chuck that bad boy in.
320.
All right.
The wooden handle on the hammer. So in the midst of this beautiful silver filigreed armor and these bars of gold and exquisite gems, a purple one thrumming with your own life force, you place a crowbar and the head of a hammer
And 199 gold.
and a hand
And 3 daggers.
and a 258 gold actually
yeah.
total, and several nice daggers.
And I like those daggers.
the leather grips on which also
Yeah.
burn apart.
Understood.
Yep. So 318 value. Is there anything else you wish to place in there?
I don't have anything else. I can't take my ring off. Can I?
You don't know. You're gonna try.
No, I can't do that.
Okay.
And my bow will just burn. I have a crossbow. Throw that in.
The wooden bits combust, but the firing mechanism, the trigger, and the kind of the fulcrum
And all the bolts. All 9 of them.
remain. So you're up to like 350 in value.
Okay. It's like all I have.
Okay. What do you do?
I don't freaking know. I tried to grab the green and brown one again.
As you do, it lifts off.
Okay. Nice. I have nothing, guys. I lost my shirt, literally.
Your offering is sufficient. Do you desire your life back? Or the gift of the ever-living ones?
Explain that one, huh?
It is a boon that I may grant you in your wizened age.
Yeah, I'm like 45 now. Does he have gray hair coming in? Like
yeah.
Reed Richards?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I look good. This is salt and pepper. Silver fox right here.
Whenever you regain hit points, you regain as having rolled your maximum value automatically.
Like short rest.
Short
stuff, you mean?
rests.
Yeah. Oh, there's a feat for that. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Wait, what's the negative?
Done!
Damn it!
You have the stone, and the voice rings out in the mind and of Hugo, Celine, and Cacophony. A third success. Which of you is next? Or which question do you have for me? Hasheen used the last one. And whoever is next can come down. Oh, fun, fun, fun.
Hey, Silver Fox. Now I have to adjust on my art. Hello.
Laser Beams is raiding with a party of 15.
No! Okay, come on, it's got it. It's your turn.
The Laser Beams, they get to watch you solo this, Celine. So we are in the middle of 6 tests, and
That's so unlucky.
I have made each of our party members take these tests individually. Of 6 tests.
Yeah, I know. That's so unlucky.
Which means that I sent all the rest out of the room, and they each need to take them on one by one. And so, Carissa and Bree and Adam are left with their characters. Celine, our Aasimar cleric, Cacophony, our Kenku warlock, and Hugo, our human blade singer. And Celine, you heard Tafcom call out that there have now been 3 successes. Yet your 3 comrades, Ray, the Storm Giant Barbarian, adolescent, Vex, the purple goblin rogue monk fighter guy, whatever he is, wizard, who knows, he changes all the time, and Hasheen, the warlock ranger who most recently took the test of time, as it was announced.
He looks 15 years older now.
You don't see him.
Ah,
He has not appeared. Those 3 are gone,
Silver Fox time.
and now
George Clooney.
it is your turn as you feel a compulsion to pass through one of the 3 remaining doors. Which one calls to you?
The one with the flower bending in the wind.
You follow the same path that Hasheen did, going through the eastern door, coming to the door with the flower upon it. The test of tranquility has been chosen.
Oh no.
The door opens in front of you. You pass through. And immediately, a massive gray and purple storm swirls around you, filled with flashes of lightning. But oddly, there is no sound. You feel something beneath your feet, and when you look down, you see that you're standing upon solid ground.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Is the ground bare? Or is there like plant or vegetation?
There's a light grass that covers it, not seemingly affected by the tumultuous winds swirling all about you. Roll an investigation check.
Do I have disadvantage on saves or checks? For one level of exhaustion.
On checks. So yes, you have exhaustion, so you do have disadvantage on these skill checks.
Yeah. Goodbye, 19. That's going to not be that great. 5.
5?
Mm.
Ooh, yeah.
Nope.
It's really, it's kind of strange.
Hurricane Katrina.
Interesting.
It's silent around me.
Mm-hmm.
And is it like the storm is like closing around me, like I can't see more than like 5 feet into it? It's just whipping winds. And
No,
everything?
it seems to be maintained in almost a bubble around you.
Right, but I can't see through it.
You just see the swirling storm,
Okay.
correct? Though you do get the sense, based off of your rudimentary understanding of weather,
Mm-hmm.
that you are in the eye of this storm.
Can I tell if the eye of the storm is moving at all?
Roll a perception check.
I can't bless myself before I do this. I can do it after, but...
You can guidance yourself if you care
Okay.
to.
Which one am I gonna use? Is this one? What am I rolling?
A disadvantaged perception check.
Okay. Well, can't get worse than that too much. Yeah. 11.
11. While the storm is moving violently about you, this firmament on which you stand seems fixed.
Okay.
Also with the 11, you hear a very loud, or feel more than hear, a as the ground kind of shakes for a moment. As if it had been struck by lightning. Though you don't see anything about you where it hit.
Eye of the storm.
Firmament's about 100 feet long.
Let's see. Is it dark where I am? Is it like dark storm or just...
It is surprisingly light. As in the noonday sun. The
Okay.
menace of the storm draws your eye as you look about.
So, first I will cast Bless on myself.
Please describe the components that are part of that spell.
Verbal, somatic, and material, which
Okay.
is...
Please
normally-
describe the components that are part of the guidance spell.
Verbal, somatic.
Okay? Cast Bless.
Yeah. And drop it, I don't mind.
There is another as the ground shakes. The space rattled as you cast the spell.
I will look. I'll remain standing, but I will look up as if looking through the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Because Celine used to be very afraid of storms when I was younger.
Okay.
And I remember whenever it was a really bad thunderstorm or a lightning storm, the sound would always frighten me because the village kids would say that that was the gods being angry at people who had offended them. And I was always afraid that I'd done something wrong and that it was my time. So I remember being afraid of them. And one of my earliest memories then is Ivan coming into the room where I was hiding under the bed while it was storming. I'm essentially a golden retriever. And calling me out and asking me why I was so afraid of it, talking about it with me, and then teaching me his favorite prayer that he said when he was afraid of thunderstorms. And it was essentially a list of blessings and gratitude, because with the storms they brought with them rain for crops. And without the rain for the crops, we would not be able to have our gardens. And without our gardens, we would not be able to nourish ourselves in the body and the spirit. And without a nourished spirit, we could not pour that back into others.
Okay.
And little me was like, all that from a freaking thunderstorm? And he was like, well, there's a flow chart, but yes, that is the process. And so we would talk through it. And every time after that, if he was at the Abbey and there was a storm, I would go find him or he would find me, and we would talk through the spiritual disciplines of it.
Okay.
So I am just thinking back on that memory, and I'm talking aloud of everything that I am grateful for that I have in my life.
There is a third, and the ground upon which you stand shatters. And you hear a voice in your mind. You have broken the silence 3 times and failed.
Oh, yikes.
You are cast into darkness.
No!
You may go upstairs.
Yes, I wanted to get it done. So now it's good for everyone. Because if I had to do disadvantage checks this whole time, I would have rather just failed immediately.
It was a really nice story, though.
I know, right? Wasn't it?
I liked it.
I'm glad it was quick. Okay, good. And I didn't have a question anyway. It would have been right here, right now. Yes! Oh, thank God, that was fast. Best loser!
While we're waiting for the next group to come down, we're going to do a dice giveaway. So you can type into the chat right now, !silence, S-I-L-E-N-C-E, !silence for your chance to win a set of dice, either the green or the gray that you see rotating there, or for a $5 gift card to the DM's Guild. And it is your choice whether you get the dice, whichever set you want, or a gift card. And because we got 10 new subscribers, we will be giving away a second set of dice or a second $5 gift card by the end of the show. So thank you for watching us. And again, thank you to Laser Beams for the raid. Welcome. We have giveaways every single session, and we play every Tuesday night, so we would love for you to join us and have the opportunity to win some cool stuff. So !silence for your chance to win dice or for your chance to win some gift card. All right. Hello, Bree.
Hello.
Cacophony. There is a rumbling in the entire room in which you stand, as you hear Tafka speak out. The test of silence remains... Nope, that's not what he says. The test of tranquility remains open.
Oh boy. That's not good, is it? Okay. So I'm gonna walk up and down and just look at all the doors closer, just trying to see. I'm not quite sure, really. There's nothing that speaks to me necessarily as something directly related to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna look through them and then eventually come to, I believe there was a door that had lava flowing into a coffin.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And so that's the door.
So you
I choose.
approach the eastern pathway,
Yes.
the first to take on one of the fire doors.
Yes.
Test of refining has been chosen. The door opens
All right.
and you step through. You stand upon a jagged heap of dark, rough stone. You're surrounded by lava as far as you can see. The island upon which you stand is about 20 feet in diameter and is more or less symmetrical. At the center of the island is a small, circular reflection pool, at the center of which is a pedestal. What do you do?
So I'm gonna walk up to the edge of the water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna touch the water because it seems to be calm, right? There's no.
It is calm,
Right. Okay.
nor is it bubbling with any sort of heat.
And I'm gonna peek over into the water and just see what is reflecting back.
Please roll either a perception or investigation check.
13.
You look and you see yourself.
Okay. Well, that's good because I've had some bad luck with reflections.
And it is the true you.
Okay.
Please roll a d100.
$19.
19
$19.
on the d100.
Yeah. I should have done hard dice.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look at a thing. You do see yourself, your true self. There are two stark differences about you.
Okay.
One is that the tiara that Ray typically wears is on your head.
Oh no. Okay.
You have to have that tiara.
All right.
You now have a compulsion to acquire that tiara by any means.
Okay.
The second difference about you is the way you move is smooth and calm. Skittishness is gone. As if you've seen some things.
Okay.
Roll an insight check.
$20.
You get the sense that this is a future you.
Okay.
A you that has collected some memories. And has a different perspective, a different lens through which they view the world. finally, behind you, you notice a metal staff floating in the air that isn't there when you look back.
Okay.
What do you do?
So noticing that the staff isn't actually where I am or behind my person, I'm going to reach into the water
Okay.
where it is and see if it's physically there.
As you reach into the water and seek to grasp the staff, you hear a sizzling sound from behind you.
Okay.
As your hand closes around what would be the staff, it grasps nothing. But then you turn, and there are steps that have emerged from out of the lava that seem to alight to the place where the staff would have been behind you.
Okay. So I'm going to turn around and first look at my hand, make sure it's
It's wet.
still there. Okay, good. And then go towards the steps, intending to go up them.
You walk up them. It is a sheer drop off into the lava to either side,
Okay.
but you don't mind heights. Kind of reminds you a little bit of what you imagine flying to be like.
Right.
You get to the top. What do you do?
Look around.
You may roll a perception check.
4.
That new tower is not helping.
No.
You don't really see anything different than what was already described.
Okay, so there's no other door, I guess, at the top. It just kind of
No door.
Lava.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Given the perspective that you now have, you may roll perception once more.
Okay. Trying a different
For
eye
this,
hole.
for one specific thing.
Okay. 16.
16. Okay. There is an indentation on the top of the pedestal that you didn't see before that sits at the center of the reflecting pool.
Okay.
When you look down at the reflection and you kind of catch a bit of where you are standing essentially at the same spot that the long pole was in the air behind you.
Right. Okay.
So you don't see the pole anywhere, but you're right where it might be. So what do you do?
I'm gonna feel around in the air first, just to see if there's something
Okay, you
to grab
Go to-
onto.
yeah, and go ahead and roll a either depending. Are you like flailing? Are you describe how you're doing?
No, so I'm just kind of reaching my hands out to see if there's something invisible that maybe, like, if the staff is there and I'm just not feeling it, I might touch it. But not. I don't want to like knock it if I hit something, or just cautiously just feeling around.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. 5.
5. Do you have any advantages that you wish to use for any of these rolls?
Good point. Yeah, I'm gonna use one.
Okay.
I
How
have
many
3.
How many
so-
do you have left?
I'll have 2 after this.
You have 2 after this.
Yeah.
Okay.
12.
12. By way of reminder, chat, you are able to purchase advantages for our players as they have individual tests they are taking tonight, which some have gone as planned, some have been a little bit more difficult. cacophony as you carefully reach out to where you think the long staff was. You were able to find a heft
Oh.
that meets your hands. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to pull it towards me.
Okay.
See.
You kind of grip it and pull, and with a flash of light, the long metallic rod kind of materializes in your hands, except you now see that at the end of the rod is what looks to be a cup that is soldered or fastened, melded to the end of this rod,
Okay.
with a little bit of a lip, as if to pour a drink from. You have this rod in your hands. If you care to identify what it might be, you can roll a history check. You have come across all manner of things in your day that you've collected. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it. History.
Do you have proficiency with history?
I don't. 18.
18. This is a tool commonly used in forges by those who refine metals, melting them down to a liquid form, sloughing off the impurities that rise to the surface, and then scooping back out or pouring out into the cup to catch, collect, to harden, and then to go through the cycle again, to continue to refine and reforge and get it purer and purer and purer. So this is meant to handle very hot liquids. You have this in your possession now. What do you do?
So I'm gonna go back down the stairs and take
Mhm.
a look at the pedestal.
Yeah.
Does it look like it's a mold of any kind, like something's supposed to be poured into
Now
it?
that you've noticed the indent, you go up to it and you look. Do you enter the water, or do you look from a distance?
I would go into the water.
Okay. You enter into the water. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
9.
9. A voice enters your head that you've heard before.
Okay.
Oh, dearie. Are you sure that's what you want to do? There's so many more ways to acquire power.
Oh, it's you again. Yes, I don't want to keep taking from my new friends.
Oh, you don't have to take anything. I'm going to give it to you this time.
Yeah, I think you gave it to me last time too, and now I don't know what to do with it.
But it was good for you, wasn't it?
Well, for now, but I don't think this is gonna end well. I have to give it back.
Oh, this one's for free.
I'm not
believe
interested.
me, don't you?
I don't think I do. I don't know who you are.
I'm a friend.
Yeah, I don't know. These are my friends, and they're not asking me to steal from each other. So.
But you want that tiara, don't you?
It would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can trade. I'm gonna try to trade.
Oh,
don't need to
I
take
can
it.
just give it to you right now.
How would you do that?
Oh, just trust me.
But I don't. I don't trust you.
You do notice that this conversation has been going on since you've been standing in the the pool.
So
You also notice that the depression in the pedestal is in the shape of a hand.
how? I guess if I step out of the water, I can't get to the pedestal, right? I'm assuming I need to be.
One could carefully jump over the water if one successfully made their check.
All right, I'm gonna try and do that
Okay.
with an advantage.
Okay.
What kind of?
This is acrobatics.
Okay. 24.
You jump out of the water to the pedestal and you reach it. No longer standing in the water, the voice fades. You do take 5 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
You still have the rod in your hand, and the pedestal now is before you with the hand-like indent in the center.
I'm gonna try to put my hand in the indent on the pedestal and see.
You do so, and it fits perfectly. As if it was made for your hand.
And does anything happen?
Nothing more happens.
Okay.
Roll an insight check.
All right. That was a crit plus 2. 22.
Okay. The name of the test rings through your mind. And the nature of the tool you hold rings through your mind. But you don't like the implications.
Okay. Do I have to melt my hand? I'm assuming that's what I have to do, right? Get my hand hot.
Is that the conclusion you're drawing?
Yeah. Alright, can I... So I'm on, like, a rocky island. Can I lean over and get to the lava?
You could have enough... You have enough length with the tool to dip it into the lava and take it out, yes.
So I'm going to...
Are you jumping back over the pool?
Yeah, I guess I need to.
Roll an acrobatics check.
18.
Okay, you clear the threshold of the water once more.
Okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna lean the tool over and grab some of the hot lava.
The lava does not melt away the tool, and you come away with a cup of molten lava in your possession.
Okay, so... I'm either... I guess I could try and jump with the cup full of lava, but it probably makes more sense to try and lean over and pour it into the hand impression.
You would...
From where I'm standing.
Again, does have length. It would take some... Depending on whether you're trying to kind of dexterously do it or just brute strength it, you would have the choice.
Alright, then I'll try and jump.
You'll try to jump?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh, 10.
10? Are you using an advantage?
I have 1 left.
You do have 1 left.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Alright. Doing math. 25.
That's very good that you used that advantage. Because the DC was higher with a cup of lava. But
As it should be.
with the 25, you are able to clear it.
Okay.
The front of the rod beginning to glow orange with the heat contained within its grasp. The depression formed in the shape of your hand looms before you. What do you do?
So I'm going to try and pour the lava into the hand mold.
Yep.
And then stick my hand right on top.
Okay. You pour the lava in, and there just so happens to be a perfect amount within the cup to fill the depression up to the top.
Okay.
And you plunge your hand within. Immediately, the pain of it causes your body to convulse.
Okay.
I need you to roll a Constitution save to not pass out.
Okay. 16.
16. You take 20 points of fire damage as your body is racked with pain and you are shaking as you keep your hand in the lava. You feel your flesh instantly melt away. And there's movement in the water that catches your eye.
Okay.
You look down, and the image of yourself that was there before, the tiara, and the wisdom, the age, is still there.
Okay.
Roll a perception check.
18.
18. You notice a couple other things this time.
Okay.
First, you notice that one of your eyes is not actually an eye. Or rather, it's a glass eye. And there's a scar over it. You were more taken by the tiara last time, but you
Right.
notice this injury that was sustained. You also notice your beak, which is shattered on the right side, as if it was crushed and then healed as best could be. The same side as the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice hanging from your hip belt what looks to be a white mask or something that's meant to form over your beak, perhaps to help to cover the broken form. As you see this and the pain sears your body, you instinctively know that you have the opportunity to refine this version of yourself
Okay.
and to eliminate or change something within that image. What do you do?
So how would I be able to refine? By just willing away something, or?
That's the sense you get.
Okay. So if I had the opportunity to change something, I really don't want to be stealing from my friends.
Okay.
No matter how interested I am in what they have,
Okay.
I really don't want to be alone.
Okay.
So, friendship does mean more to me, so I'm going to, I guess, wish or will that urge away.
You see the grotesque nature of your future form, and yet your desire for your friends, the flock you've found, the murder that is so familiar to you
Yep.
now, And you look past the features and instead desire that the tiara lose its effect on you. The figure smiles.
Okay.
The tiara remains on your forehead,
All right.
but the urge to steal it from Ray is gone.
Okay.
Please roll a D100.
All right. 17.
17. Okay. You keep your hand in the lava, or do you pull it out?
I'm gonna keep it in.
The searing pain continues, but it seems to lessen because all of the nerves in your hand are gone.
Right.
I need you to roll another Constitution save.
10.
10.
And I have no more advantage.
You have no more advantages. Has the chat purchased any further, or do they have any? Do they have any goodwill to assist any of our players?
Does anyone want to gift me one?
All right. Cacophony.
Doing my best.
You are doing
Stay
your
conscious.
best. You take 10 points of fire damage as you seek to maintain your consciousness. And you feel once more the opportunity to refine yourself. And you see the same image that you saw before. Is there anything else you wish to refine?
So I want to get rid of the image of the tiara on me. I don't want to, and I don't want to see it on me, I guess.
Okay. So you want to remove the tiara entirely?
Yes.
Okay. As you will this, the tiara disappears. And the glass eye shatters. And the figure closes the eye, pulls out a patch and puts it over, pulls up your hood and pulls it low, kind of shrugs her shoulders and smiles. Please roll one more Constitution save.
7.
All right. You take 10 more points of fire damage
And that
as
knocks me out.
consciousness calls you.
Yeah.
You begin to fall forward. Do you keep your hand in the fire?
I don't think so. I think at this point I would pull it out.
As you pull it out, you see that your hand is nothing but bone. All of the flesh, the sinew, the nerves, eaten away.
Okay.
Feathers, anything that was within the vicinity is gone. In your hand is a stone.
Oh.
With a rune upon it. As your eyes close, you fall down into the pool of water.
Oh no.
And you hear a voice. It's all right, dearie. I've got you. Then you hear another voice.
Okay.
Begone, foul taint. I know what I said. You've passed the test.
Okay, so that's the voice of the
That's the voice
monk.
of Tafcon.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I offer you a choice now. You may have your hand back. And your health with it. Or a boon. Where you become the master of myriad forms. The choice is yours.
That's tough. I'll take the boon.
It is done. You return. Or rather, you leave the place you were.
Okay.
And you're in a place where you look down and your hand is articulated bone.
Okay.
No flesh. It's not painful.
That's good.
You hold the stone. And then you will your hand to have your flesh return, and
Oh.
it returns.
Okay.
As you are able to cast Alter Self now, at will, per the
Awesome.
Master of Myriad Forms. However, you still have 0 hit points.
Yes.
And you are now vulnerable to fire damage.
Okay.
For you only moderately passed this test. Removing your hand out of necessity before the 3rd refining.
Okay.
Well done, Bree.
Thank you.
As a 6th level character, you do not have as many hit points as the rest of the characters.
Yeah, nope.
So this test was a little bit more difficult. However, it was very fun having you as the character in the reflecting pool.
It seemed to fit, I think.
You may send Hugo down.
Okay. And then I just stay kind of in a state of unconsciousness, I guess.
Yep, we'll take care of
Alrighty.
that. Hugo, as cacophony disappears, you hear a 4th test passed. Do you wish to retry time? Or does intensity fall to you?
Well, I think I might like the intensity.
Okay. As you come in, the door to your west opens, and you step up to the flaming door of the test of intensity. The test of intensity has been chosen. Door opens. And you seem to have stepped into the middle of a wildfire. The roar of flames surround you as trees, buildings, creatures, and even the rocks themselves are ablaze in every direction about you. You stand upon a smooth, grayish-blue stone, just large enough for you to fit upon. Though fire rages everywhere, smoke does not seem to choke you. But you know you have to leave the stone. what do you do?
Well, I guess I'll make a perception check to see what's around me.
Please do.
Crit.
So apart from the flaming, say, bones or the guts of the buildings per se, it's just essentially the skeletons of everything about you. The most important thing that you see is a yellow glow in the distance, which seems to be not of fire and flame, but more of a radiance that you see through several obstacles of fire.
Okay.
The first obstacle is a flaming, burning, barn-like structure. Beyond that, it's hard. Maybe a maze of trees, it's difficult to tell. But that's what's in the direction of the glow.
All right. Well, Hugo would then start moving towards the glow.
Okay. As soon as you step off of the seal, the heat immediately accosts you, suffocating you with its intensity. Please roll a Constitution save.
23.
23. You are able to resist the sense of exhaustion that eats away at your bones, but the heat begins drying you as you take 10 points of fire damage.
All right.
You proceed forward, I take it.
Yep.
Are you doing anything to mitigate against the heat, or are you just trying to move as quickly as you can or carefully as you can through the flames?
I think he's going to move as quickly as he can.
Okay.
Even using his roguish features to allow him to dash.
Very good. So you begin to dash through without any sort of heed to how close the flames may lick at your body. Doing so allows you to move more quickly, and you dash underneath the barn structure and make it through as it collapses behind you, but you avoid any necessity of dodging the structure. However, the lack of care with which you rush through the flames causes 10 more fire damage as the flames lick upon you. You now approach what looks to be a forest of trees, all ablaze. How do you proceed?
Does there appear to be any type of path through the trees, or is it more of just we're running through the trees?
Roll a perception check.
24.
There is a path, now that you look for it. A familiar path. A path that you walked in your youth.
Interesting.
Now that you think about it, you turn. As you realize the house that just burned down was your own.
All right.
And an intense wave of anger washes over you. Please roll a wisdom saving throw.
Unnatural 20.
You master this sense of anger, still fuming at the thought, turning to again face the forest and knowing the familiar path. How do you proceed?
Well, since he knows the path and it's familiar to him, he will walk it, but he will try to do so in a way to prevent unlike the last time, himself from excessively hitting the flames.
Okay. You go more carefully. Please roll a Constitution save as the heat bears down upon you.
23.
You again are able to resist the pull of exhaustion. But you carefully avoid the burning branches about you. And as you go through, you swear you notice a figure rushing through the forest. Logan, your half-brother.
Well, what the hell is he doing here?
And you feel an intense desire to go and join him. Please roll a wisdom saving throw.
Thank God I'm good at that. 25.
Which you again push against. It doesn't make sense.
He can't be here.
Why are you feeling these emotions so strongly in this place? You press on through the flaming trees, come to the edge of this forested area, and there, over which the glow brightens, you see a pile of corpses smoldering in flame. The pungent smell of their flaming, sooted, flesh-bare bodies is almost nauseating. Please roll another Constitution save.
11.
The smell overwhelms you. The heat pressing in. You take a point of exhaustion. You fall to your knees, and as you do so, you see that one of the corpses is Krigor.
Well, that's a mighty strange. It can't be.
An intense sadness washes over you.
I wish it could be you. I really do.
Roll a wisdom save.
That was a crit fail.
This must have been how he died. It's terrible.
What a way to go. It's awful.
You don't want to leave its side as the flames begin to lick up onto your own form. You take 10 points of fire damage.
Nice.
As your shirt catches on fire and begins to burn away. What do you do?
You said it's his bones, correct?
Yes, but there's enough of a form there to tell that this was Krieger.
Damn. So Hugo would actually pull out his swords and actually start digging the ground.
Okay.
And he's going to attempt to bury him.
Okay. Please roll a Constitution save.
23.
Now roll an athletics check with disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
Oh, thank goodness I took proficiency in that. That's a 16.
It's enough to be able to dig a shallow grave. You put the bones in, flaming though they are. You take 10 more
don't
points.
care. Yep.
10 more points of fire damage as your pants catch fire and burn away.
Mm.
The mountain of corpses stands in front of you. The glow just beyond. What do you do?
Well, if he has buried Krigor, he would attempt to then move towards the glow again.
Okay. It will require you to climb over the corpses.
Can I see past the corpses?
You cannot. They are mounded.
They are mounded.
And it is essentially a wall of bodies to the horizon.
Okay. Well, then.
Not a terribly tall mound, maybe 30 feet, but a mound nonetheless.
All right, 30 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
So he will grab his ring and he will use Misty Step to take himself to the top.
Is this a wild magic
is.
use?
Yes,
Please
it
roll
is.
a d20. Oh my goodness.
A 4.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Please roll another d20.
A 19.
Okay. Please roll a d100.
86.
86. All right. You know, we rolled very near this before. Please roll 2d10.
2d10.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Uh, 8.
8. You take 8 points of psychic damage. As their feedback from the ring messes with the emotions swirling through your body. But you get to the top of the mound, and you kind of almost surf down to the bottom. Take 10 more points of fire damage. But only once, because you skipped the first half.
That's a good thing.
You now see clearly a pedestal with fire all around it and a radiant glow in the center. And an intense greed that overwhelms you. You have to have that. Please roll a wisdom save.
Oh my gosh, a crit fail.
Oh my goodness. Do you have any advantages, Adam?
I do. I'm going to use it.
Okay. Okay.
It's not going to be a whole lot of help. It'll be 10.
You have to have that. You rush forward
My precious.
through the fire, grabbing it.
Oh, great.
You take 10 more points of fire damage.
Right.
Are you still up?
I am.
It is in your hands.
Whew. It's mine. It's mine.
Ah. As it pulses in your hands, there is one more intense emotion that courses through you. Joy. You've achieved everything you ever wanted.
That's finally all my work has paid off.
Wisdom saving throw.
23.
No, that's not right.
No, there's more to life. There's more to life than just this.
You still need your sword.
That's right, my sword. Oh, but this is nice. But oh no, the sword. But this is not. This is pretty. This is pretty. But no, the sword. Focus on the sword. You need your sword.
A voice comes into your mind. Well done. At least well enough. You have passed. I can set your mind and your body back to how it was. Alternatively, you may keep all of your current afflictions and also receive the boon of either the life drinker or the blast of agony.
Oh. So what would mechanically? What's the life drinker?
Life drinker adds your charisma score to every hit of your blade. Agonizing blast adds your charisma score to every attack of a cantrip of your choice that you know how to cast.
Well, I just kind of like the idea of being able to hit a little harder. So I think that's what I might have to take.
Which?
Well, I think it'll definitely be the life one.
It does fire damage, not necrotic.
All right.
You are touched with madness.
Sweet.
As your body disappears. And a overwhelming greed and sadness stay with you.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
The entire party can come down.
Well done, Hugo.
Might be a little crazy now, but a little more than normal.
Worth it, right? I lost my hand.
What the hell? I gotta work hard for these warlock packs, and you just hand them out?
Apparently not. He's a wizard rogue warlock now.
5 of you reappear in the initial room. As you regard each other, you notice that Hugo has no shirt.
Or pants.
Do you have pants?
Too
I'm
sexy
sorry,
for my
Hugo.
shirt.
Hugo
Sexy
has
for my- I got no
nothing but a jockstrap.
Right. And you got that crazy look in your eye.
He just stands there, starts dancing.
Well, it's a nice helicopter there. Yeah.
His muscles are quite rippling and defined. He's a rather striking image, if you cared for such a thing. He does have a look to him that is a bit cocked.
You.
Askew,
Skew.
if you will.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Hashin, on the other hand, is only missing a shirt. But
He's
has,
standing there with his hand
but
on his
has
hips.
gray silver streaks down his hair, a la Doctor Strange. And looks older.
Distinguished, actually. I think is the word you meant.
But for a half-elf that age differently, he doesn't look old, just more wizened. Cacophony, on the other hand, is missing her right hand!
Skeleton hand.
It's a skeleton hand!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They'll happen there.
I don't think I can
Hold on.
answer him.
We'll get
Yeah.
to the conversation. Ray has her hair
I fixed my hair.
zapped, which she is currently putting into place. But there's a bit of a swirl of wind to her movements. Very subtle. That follows her. Vex, on the other hand, looks resolute. Looks firm. As he looks at Hugo.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. Looks as if he was put through something. But most concerning of all is that Celine
Yeah, just skip it.
Looks the same.
is
Not
not even there.
Deleted from the campaign.
Yes, I can.
You've been voted off the island.
I'm voted off the island. Intimidating.
Instead, you see an image of her. Wide-eyed,
Bushy-tailed.
opened mouthed. On the wall, behind the altar of air.
You guys are so screwed.
Her eyes are fixed on you all. Tufcom is nowhere to be seen.
Those questions we banked.
What do you do?
I run over and try to... Is there a mechanism with which to open a door to get Habibi out?
The test of time remains untaken to the east. Do you go through the door?
I thought he did the test of time.
I did try.
The test of
The
tranquility.
dandelion.
test of silence. Whichever one.
The
Oh,
test
I'm
of tran-
great at silence.
Yeah.
Test of
Does
tranquility.
that get me to Habibi?
The door is there for you to go through.
Okay.
You do. Your party fades. Hashin disappears. You step up to the test of tranquility. You see a massive gray and purple storm swirling around you, filled with flashes of lightning. But oddly, there is no sound. You feel something beneath your feet, and when you look down, you see that you're standing upon solid ground. What do you do? Why do you do that?
Do I feel safe?
You do.
Then, okay, I would... Does it look like if I were to move, this eye of the storm that I'm in would move with me?
Roll an investigation check.
10.
It is a grassy knoll upon which you stand. It does seem to be at the center of this massive maelstrom, but You can't tell the orientation one about the other.
Then I think I would stand in the middle and see if there's any oscillation, or does the storm move, and do I have to move with it?
You walk to the center. Roll a perception check.
I'm going to use my last advantage. 25.
5. You get the sense that this is at the center of the storm. You've walked about 50 feet.
Hmm.
It's about 100 feet long.
Okay.
Or in diameter. There seems to be a slight zephyr wind blowing across the grass, unaffected by the maelstrom about. Except when you get to the center, you hear a... The ground does not shake, but you know it has been struck by lightning. Roll a survival check.
Oh, I am rangering it up today. I'm so good at this. +2. 15!
You get the sense that it struck below you.
Can I inspect the ground below me?
Sure.
What is that? Investigation?
Or perception, your choice.
Okay, perception. Crit, 28.
You don't see anything, but the bottom of this rock, dirt, firmament, definitely was just struck by lightning. Again.
Okay.
With a crit, you almost feel like the scattering of something. And then a stronger, heftier landing, immediately followed by and then in very quick succession, something on the other side of here is conjuring up lots of lightning strikes.
Okay, gonna walk towards it.
To the edge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Go to the edge.
Stick out my tongue. As I start walking
Do you
towards...
stick out your tongue?
No. As I start walking towards the edge, does it feel like the lightning strikes increase? Like something's trying to keep me away?
Nope.
Okay.
Rory, you're doing better than me.
Then I'm gonna... I'm still looking around for Celine. Do I see any remnant of her?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the middle where the lightning was happening.
Do you do anything else at the edge? You just look out from the edge?
Yes. And then I'm probably gonna shoot it.
So tranquil.
Do you look out from the edge?
I mean, I did. I thought I went up to the edge, and I'm trying to perceive what's causing this lightning strike.
Please roll a perception
Okay.
check.
17.
17. As you look at the edge, you notice that there is no ledge. It's like you're on one side of a coin.
Okay. This might be stupid. I want to try to push through it and see if I can walk on the other side.
You look as you peek your head over. You see a battlefield
Okay.
littered with bones,
Okay.
armor, shields.
And a ray being juiced up on lightning.
Okay.
You see Ray being struck by lightning as she holds out her hammer.
Okay.
Woo!
Wait, really?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it really sees me, but
What struck her? Like a lightning bolt, or someone casting?
A lightning bolt from the storm.
Okay.
it supercharged me.
It was done with intentionality.
Right.
Like she was targeted.
Right. Do I see what targeted it?
You saw where it
Pick
came
the air
from.
one, right?
Okay.
Yours was air.
How far is it?
This is-
About 120 feet.
I shoot it.
that
What are the
one is
components of your
also
spell?
air.
There are none.
That's not true.
It's a shot.
What are the components of your
Chaos,
spell?
yeah.
I have no idea.
Tranquility.
Heavy range ammunition. It's a hex weapon.
Weapons are so tranquil.
You're right. Yeah.
A bolt. Wood and metal.
You shoot it with your. You apparate your.
Yeah.
And you shoot it through. It passes. Roll an attack.
19.
It passes directly through the spot. However, I need you to roll an athletics check to maintain your grip on the side of Tranquility.
Crit.
You do. You do not fall off into the chaos.
Okay. I think I just stand and watch then.
So you lean and watch. You're essentially laying over the side.
Yeah.
Okay. You watch as Ray smashes the ground with her hammer. A giant explosion of bone and armor and dirt follow. She looks at the hammer with a big smile and sprints through the rest of the field, being struck 3 out of 4 times directly by lightning bolts before she reaches the edge and almost prancingly picks up the stone that was there waiting for her and then starts fixing her hair and disappears.
Okay. Can I go to another side of the coin?
There are only 2.
Okay.
So you're right now in between the 2 as you're kind of holding yourself with the crit between the 2.
Is this like flat, vertical?
Whichever side you're in feels like your head's in feels up.
Okay. I want to get to the other side. Which
Okay.
which wouldn't be tranquil.
That's right. Do you pull yourself to the other side?
Yes.
You do so. The firmament shatters. You disappear into darkness. Hasheen joins Celine in the wall.
Hey. Accomplished. Mission accomplished.
I don't feel as dumb anymore.
I'll go in.
Oh, this is a rough one.
The rest of you notice Hasheen's form joins Celine in the wall.
Well, I guess he
I'll go in.
didn't make it.
I'm glad I didn't choose
I'll go in this time.
that door.
Vex, you follow.
We're all gonna get that.
All you had to do was sit there.
Okay.
I'll go in the middle. And take a
You see everything I've described.
take
Take
a
a
long
nap.
rest.
You lay down.
Take a long rest. Yeah.
Take a long rest.
Mhm.
You wake up. And there is a pedestal that meets you with a stone upon it. You hear a voice. Yeah. 2 for 2. What say you? 3 for 3.
Do it.
You appear back.
Do they appear?
They do.
I'm glad you're back.
And that is only because you said nothing when you were asked.
Yes.
You do not get the boon of Tranquility, which is a 9th level spell. But
What did he say?
It's a 9th level spell.
I'm joking, of course.
What is it? What would it have done?
Mire of the Mind.
What is that?
You can cast slow for free once a day, which is fun. However, you all notice that in the vicinity of both Hasheen and Celine are spheres of silence.
Oh yeah.
You have all 6 of the stones. What do you do with them?
I immediately go to the first water door I wanted to open. See if it opens.
It does not open.
I think we have to put the stones in the bowl and the pedestal.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, that might be right.
Okay, let's do that.
No one hears him speak.
I'm gonna mime it.
I think he wants us to play basketball.
And give someone a hug, I think, too.
Celine, you notice that Hugo is basically naked. And you notice his shirt off and is doing his best Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic impression.
Hey, do you have, like, in your bag, like, some sort of, like, clothing we could give him?
I used to. Now I lost it all.
No.
Now I don't have anything.
You're gonna get
There are
banned.
so
We're gonna
many
get
layers
banned.
of what that could mean right now.
I know.
All right. And how many slots are in this pedestal?
There are 4 pedestals,
Oh yeah.
each corresponding to one of the elements.
Yes.
There are 6 stones that you hold,
Uh-huh.
which each look to be 1/2 of a whole.
So we have 3.
Am
there
I
one already in
unconscious, like, on the ground, or am I able to, like, walk over and put
You
my
have
stone
1
in?
hit point.
And a skeleton hand.
Do I see that they look hurt?
I'm gonna hold my hand
Go
out
for it.
for the
Yes.
air stone. Oh, no, you have it. You wanna put these together?
Sure.
Maybe you have to, like, make them whole before putting them on the pedestal?
Are there markings on these?
Do you go to join them?
After I look at them.
The markings are the runes of the tests, and the corresponding flat side does align.
It'd be weird if it was the round side.
They instantly meld.
Ooh. You were right.
Can I put it in the pedestal?
Yeah. Right. Go ahead.
Okay. Ray
You
will
take-
put it in the air one.
You take the air stone and you place it in the pedestal, and the pedestal,
Thanks for the fun storm.
there is a torrent, a tornado, if you will, of air that just explodes upward into the ceiling and remains.
One squeeze poop.
Then,
One
subtle,
word.
subtle casting of Aura of Vitality.
Aura of Vitality.
Yeah.
3rd level spell.
Yep.
Please roll 2d6 10 times and dole out your healing.
2d6 10
Does that give
times,
me
right?
age back?
It does not.
Does it give me temporary hit points?
No, it's
It
actual
does
health.
not.
Ooh, that's
So am I
fun.
45 now?
No, but you get full 12.
Every
I don't
time.
need it. I didn't get hurt. I just
Oh.
lost. I just lost life. That's all.
No, you gained death.
I gained death. Yeah.
Hold on. I guess I can just do this.
So,
So we do the same with the other 4.
Yep.
2d6
gems.
10
So you
times.
have there is a
We let Ray put them
a
in.
pillar of flame.
Hey, you're the best.
There's a pillar of flame. There is a pillar of stone, solid. Of course, you do not have. It's firm.
The water one.
Right.
So I'm gonna go up to Hugo So I think we have to combine our firestones.
Sounds
I'm
right
sorry,
to me.
I don't have clothes for you. I did have clothes in my bag, and then I lost everything in my
Well,
bag, and
You know,
now I don't have
it's
any.
rather warm anyway. I'm
It's
kinda,
not okay,
I'm much
Hugo.
cooler this way anyway.
It's really not okay.
So I'm gonna hand him my stone.
All right.
Well,
Take it.
Put 'em
fortunately,
together.
you're about
Combine
9
them.
feet tall.
Put 'em in
I am
the bowl.
actually eye
don't
level
wanna
with
put it
this
in the
jock
bowl.
I
strap
don't want to
here.
put it in a bowl.
You don't want to.
Having a little bit of
Uh,
difficulty paying attention.
I like this stone.
Okay, so that was 84 points total.
I'm gonna keep this stone for a little while. If you all don't mind.
Actually, I'll do it. It's
no,
fine.
it's my stone.
Ray's gonna try to take a. She wants to try to grab it out of his hands and throw it in before.
Okay,
So
you
would
can
it-
roll an athletics check, and you can roll either athletics or acrobatics to try to keep it.
Acrobatics.
24.
What's 15 plus 13?
28.
28.
28.
It's my stone. I said it's my stone.
It was actually half mine.
So she, as you're clutching it in your hands, she just comes in and grabs it. As Cacophony and Hugo argue
With the skeletal hand. Mine.
You,
Toss it in.
you stole my stone.
You are sad.
What happened to him?
Give me my stone back.
I can see your stones from down here.
I tried to open the Tranquility door again and just shut it.
No cursing with my papers anymore.
I don't even.
Oh, Ray, you were holding the stone aloft.
Hugo's like a 5-year-old pouting, and Cacophony's like, "Nuh-uh, Hugo, that's mine." This is like
Hugo.
your two daughters, Bree.
Pretty much.
Rivalry.
Do you put the stone in the bowl?
Stone in the bowl.
As fire erupts forth from it, the feeling of sadness subsides.
Well, that was mighty strange, y'all. Not quite sure what came over me.
No. You're still
Oh,
sad.
I'm still
and-
sad.
But it's just
Oh.
not over. The intensity is not overwhelming.
Well, I guess there it goes. I'll find myself another stone. Wait, we got 2 more somewhere, don't we?
No.
They're
Oh,
already
they're all
already
in.
put them on.
As
the water ones.
the third stone is placed, the 2 water doors open. One on either side.
Here, look, you
I
can go
can
check the
get
one
another
again.
one.
I
Can
can
I
go
give
get
the
another
healing
stone.
first?
Yes, please give your healing out.
Well, can I
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Well, wait.
Where should we go for it too?
The doors open. And the sound of water begins flowing all around you. And that's where we'll pick up next session. We did get the 10 new subs, so we are going to give away
That was
the final dice set, and or did you guys? I was not paying attention because
We
I
were
couldn't.
literally all up there.
Did we pick a winner from the last one? Okay.
We can go back and look.
We're gonna pick a winner for the last one, and we're gonna do a new one. Type into the chat !test TEST !test for your
TESTES.
chance to. That's great. Stones! !test for your chance to win either the alternate set of dice or a $5 gift card to DM's Guild. Stick around. We will make the selections in the and let the chat know. !test. And we're also going to draw the winner for the ! What was the other one? I don't even remember. I said
Silence.
Silence. Thank you! ! Silence. Test and silence. So we'll draw those. All right. thank you guys so much. We are not going to be online next Tuesday for vacations. And we really hope to see you in 2 weeks when we will pick up with the test of water. And the conclusion of this little dungeon. So, thank you so much for sticking around here and letting us try out a little bit of a different style of this game tonight. We know we always have more fun when everyone's all together, and we like that, and we'll continue to do that the vast majority of the time. But it's always fun when you put someone on the spot.
It was fun.
And get to see
Sorry.
how the the random nature. If Celine would have done a different test, it would have been way different. It's just how it is. So
I hate this. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I hope we never do it again. I will leave. I'll just go in my car and I'll say, we will see you next Tuesday as we continue to loot, die, and repeat.
well,
Good night,
she
everyone.
said it. We will see you next Tuesday night as we continue.
2 Tuesdays.
2 Tuesdays from now. Thank you.
Oh, and I'm sorry.
Yes, that's right. You're silenced. I wish you were on screen right now as we continue to loot, die, repeat. Good night, everyone. Cheers.
Oh, Roger won.